Mark Scotty reporting. What's up, everybody? Let me know if you're here. Up here in Harlem. Harlem, New York City. Some people get in the house. La la la, day for soul food. Hospital check, hospital check. Ding, 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 hospital check. What's up? What's up? Joel Martin, good sound, thank you. Good sound, good visual. All right, so we'll get started. I don't know if you could hear the sirens, but there's occasional sirens. I'm just trying to get a little close. What's up, guys? What's up? All right, so let's begin. So here we are in Harlem Hospital. Now this is a tricky one. I already walked around, and I want to show you something. There's a park between the center of the hospital and the street. So there's this big old park, right? In a perfect world, if the park were open, I'd be able to walk through it, but I can't. But what you could see through the fence, and I'm going to do a whole walk around the hospital. This is not where people come in. This would be apparently emergency room. So what we're checking for is a lot of action, right? Because we're in the center of the COVID-19 epidemic here in New York City, so there should be plenty of action, right? And they're saying, if you heard lately, if you believe Melinda Gates, she said blacks are getting hit harder than whites. So we're going to find out. So if you're joining us late, we're here at Harlem Hospital. We're going to do a walk around. This is a city hospital, huge hospital in Harlem, 125th Street, Malcolm X Boulevard. It doesn't get more Harlem than this, right? And you see, there's stores open. There's some grocery stores open over there. There's a lot of drug stores here because you're right by a hospital. But if you look through the gate, what do we see? We see what's usual, right? Now, I've been standing here about, I don't know, maybe I walked around already once, maybe 20 minutes or so, and I've seen one ambulance move. You could see the ambulances, the line of FDNY. Let me see if I could turn the camera around. I don't know if I could do that. Oh, yeah, I can. Let me just turn the camera and see if I could zoom in. Let me see if I could zoom in. Yeah, I can. Okay, so this is cool. All right, so you see there's fire. See, it's not auto focusing. All right. Let me try. This is gonna. Don't worry if it's like still imagery. It won't be when I turn the camera back around. Just bear with it for a second. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay. So right there, there's a good image. You could see the two refrigerator trucks on the left. Two refrigerator trucks on the left, and there's a line of immobile, just hanging out ambulances. They look like they're all FDNY because it's a city hospital. And as Silly Goose just said in the comments, there's a whole lot of nothing going on in there, right? But they do have their refrigerator trucks. And let me spin this back around. Okay, so for some reason the camera is very sticky on the other side of it because it's a big image. But again, that's where I am right now, right? So I'm on the side of the hospital. I'm going to do a walk around in a second. So let's go. So that's the middle of the hospital. That's where I would imagine ambulances would come through, right? And again, Harlem, lots of blacks, right? Because they're getting hit harder than everybody else. So it's the same thing everywhere. You still see all the parks are closed. You see the lock, right? Harlem, New York, parks are closed. You can't get inside. You've got a the whole thing with the social distancing, right? You can't get in. It's just like every other city. It's like every other park in the city right now. And so that's the center of the hospital. It's not where regular people would go in. In fact, I tried to walk in there, and the guy was like, no, you can't go in. So, okay, we're on this side. What's up, boss? Hey, you seen a lot of sick people around here?
Camera on my face.
You don't want the camera on your face? What's up? Okay. A rough guy. So it's a rough neighborhood, right? Tough guys. Keep an eye on my back. Watch my back. So he was smiling at me. That's how I smiled back. So again, we're gonna try not to get beat up and thrown down. We got projects on the left over here. New York City housing projects, NYC. And if you haven't noticed, I'm white. I'm white, walking around in a black neighborhood. To some people, that matters. Especially if you're black. Okay, so there's some crazy shit going on right here, some kind of construction. It's going to get good in a second. Just let me get around. I wanted to show you that first. And again, we're looking for stuff, right? That's what we're looking for. Because the whole fucking city is full of COVID-19. It's a quick walk. It'll be a quick video. Do this in maybe 15, 20 minutes. We'll wrap it up. Maybe half an hour. Depending on how it goes. So far, a whole lot of nothing going on. Yeah, so we're on Lenox Malcolm X 135. Heart of Harlem. Excuse me. Here we go. And I gotta tell you, it's kind of busy up here. It's a busy street. There's a lot of food vendors over there, taking care of the hospital people. A lot of attitude. Get the sense of a lot of attitude on the street right now. Right. And there's a subway right there. 135th Street. And I'll show you an entrance. We're going to pass by an entrance. Let's see, healthcare for all. Healthcare for all, it says. Harlem Healthcare for All. And welcome. Nobody rushing in to get in there. Very, very calm. There's an ambulance sitting out here. Have you heard any ambulances yet? I haven't heard of one. All right. No lines anywhere. There's no lines of people trying to get in. Should call this one White Check in Blackville. That was racist. That shit was racist. So here we go. So what else we got going on here? So this is Harlem Hospital Center. Apparently this is the front. The front. Right, if you wanted to get in, you'd be rushing in the door right here, right? No lines to talk about. The doors seem to be open. If you want to go in, you just walk right in. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to do that. Well, actually, these are blocked off. These are closed. Technically, they're closed. They got pins. And you can't come in. So let's continue. So it's a beautiful hospital, I guess. It's a big hospital. It seems to be two parts. It seems to be the newly developed part with cool art. A lot of black imagery. I don't know who these people are, but there's some imagery here. You got some nurses and doctors. Right? Fuck do I know what that is, man. It's all blacks and medical. Black medical people. We contributed too, motherfuckers. Hey, listen, man, if you can't have fun with what you're doing. All right, so you got some spots across the street. I don't know what these guys are doing, man. You can probably buy anything you want in the world up here. And right, so that's the this is the corner. So we're gonna walk by the emergency room. We're gonna try not to start a fight, as I usually tend to start. Right? So if you're joining us late, we are at Harlem Hospital doing a Harlem Hospital check. Harlem Hospital, 135th Street, Lexington Avenue in Harlem. And the allegation is that blacks are dying more than whites from coronavirus. They're getting hit harder. Well, let's try to find evidence of that. Because I don't seem to find any evidence of that, right? So we're going to check it out, right? So here we go. We're going to walk by. La, la, la. How you doing? La, 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 la. Everybody's so curious when they see my stick. When I whip it out, people always, like, they stop and they look. So this is a walk-in only emergency. You got an emergency, and you want to walk in to Harlem Hospital, here you go. Emergency walk-in only. And what do we see? Nobody. Oops. I stand in the street so I don't get screamed at. Nobody. Right? Just a medical person coming in. Right? Evidence is inside, not outside. Well, you got to be outside to get inside. I agree with that. That's a good comment. A little smart ass, but it's accurate. I hear what you're saying. The action is inside, not outside. Okay, well. You would think there'd be something going on outside, right? Some sort of line, some sort of triage. Sirens going off. Remember, they shut down the economy for this. Don't lowball it, bro. Don't lowball it. Don't be lowballing it, right? Just try to go in. Yeah, I'll go in with my camera out. That's cool. That'll work. Hey, if I need an advisor, I'll let you know, right? You don't have to go inside. What you're going to see inside is, crowded. Okay, it's crowded. A lot of ventilators. Big deal. Get some doctors and cover it. So here's another entrance of some sort. This is, it seems like some kind of express care. I don't want to put anybody on camera here. I don't want to be on camera. Let's go this way. And, oh, thank you. Thank you for your advice. Thank you. No recording, huh? Turn it off? Okay, I'll turn it on. It turns me on. So people have an opinion of photographing outside. Again, we're just looking for some action. That's all. There's nothing. Nothing. Hey, were you inside? Were you inside today? Is it crowded? You're not on the camera. I just want to hear. It's not crowded at all. There's nobody in there, right? So you're inside the hospital for something unrelated, not COVID-19. You got the flu? No? And there's nobody inside, right? It's not pushy and shovey and like, I can't get in kind of shit, right? It's perfect, right? It's a perfect day to go to the hospital. Can I bring you into my frame? We're live on YouTube. Oh, you're good. Okay. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate your time. So, keep him off the camera. So there's a gentleman who says he was inside with the yellow vest over there. You don't see him there. You can't see his face. Respect his privacy at the hospital. So now we're around the back. Let me pull out a little bit. Whoa. Pull out a little bit. And as I said, this is kind of an old-looking part of the hospital. It looks like the, I don't know what, 1920s fucking insane asylum or some shit, right? There's actually some cool graffiti on the side of the building. Let's take a look. So, there's some seedy New York for you. So entrance door, relocated to ramp door. Please pardon our appearance. This looks like a fucking shithole, right? Oh, this is all, across the street is all NYC. It's all, that's all public housing right there. You can tell by the signs out front. Generally tell by the no trespassing signs out in front. Residents only. All right. What else do we have? On this side we have we're still making our way around the hospital. There'll be one more thing to see on the other side. And that's really it, right? So here's some parking. It appears to be some high-end parking. No freezer trucks. They're all very expensive cars. Probably the doctor's cars. Right? Probably doctor cars. Look, you got a lot of Jeeps. You got a lot of Mercedes. What else you got back there? I saw a couple of BMWs. There's a BMW for you. High-end cars for the doctors, right? Making coin. And half of them quit. Right? So, it looks like some. You know what you do when you're in Harlem, when you get a chance, go right there. Right, that is some excellent. Oh, here's an entrance, right? I don't know what it is. Here's an entrance. No action to the hospital. See it? Right, and right there, Link's Kitchen. Link's Kitchen. Caribbean food, soul food. This fucking shit is dope, man. Love that shit. You bored yet? Because I am. I'll get on the bike in a minute. So, there went I just saw an ambulance going. So across the street is all housing projects. It's all New York City public housing, Harlem style. It's a lot of it. That's where a lot of people live over there. Let me just flip this around for a second. Turn around. Come on. There you go. So you got a little bit of an ambulance going on over there. I hope you could see that. Doesn't look like he's in a rush to get anywhere. All right. Hold on a second. Okay, just give me 1 second. I have to shut this off for a second. This thing starts to stick sometimes. And we're back. So fire EMT, New York City, New York Fire Department, FDNY, and here we go. So there's a security guard. I tried to walk in there before. You can't go beyond this point. But this is the point where you would go into the center of the hospital. And if there were emergencies, this would be where all the action would be, right here. Right? And you don't see anything. You don't see a goddamn thing. Right? So what's the takeaway? All the action's on the inside. Got to go inside. No. Because if there was a pandemic that was preparing to wipe out, we're almost ready to. I mean, are we done with this? Are we done with this exploration? Can we call this a farce yet, a hoax? That there's absolutely no reason in the world why? You're saying that keeping people apart, keeping all businesses closed, is keeping the economy, is keeping the curve down? You really believe that? Why not just follow the rules? Why not, when you're in close proximity of people, which is what I do, throw your mask on, carry alcohol with you, and wash your hands, wear gloves when you start touching things. It's not too hard. It's a flu. Shut down the economy and harm I don't know how many millions of people are going to get harmed by this thing. Have you got your stimulus check yet? I didn't get one. Get your unemployment yet? I didn't get any. Good luck with that, right? So I'm almost back where I started. I did a full loop around the hospital, with the exception of that middle part that I couldn't walk into. And my assessment is that if this was a serious problem in this neighborhood, in this community, in this area of New York, but all this housing and all these people and all this population up here, if this was a serious problem, there would have to be a line. There would have to be some sort of... There's not even a triage tent here. You know, remember in the other hospitals you had the triage tents set up? You don't even have that here. Right? Every single entrance that I could see, there's no waiting, there's no line, and on the testimony of the guy who was inside, it's a dream. There's nobody there. All right? So maybe you have a crowded ICU unit. Good. Open another one. And you have two. All right? Take people off the ventilators. We're finding out that you don't need it. All right? Ventilators are bullshit. Follow the rules, and you won't get sick. So, I don't know, the evidence is mounting. It's mounting hard now, right? A push towards vaccines. People that are vaccinated are the people probably dying. The people that are being ventilated are the people that are probably dying. Right? It's all a big sham. It's all a big nothing. It's all a big nothing burger. Have people died? Yeah. Is it from coronavirus? I don't know. Everything seems to be coronavirus. How about the girl who killed herself yesterday? The young black girl, 15 years old, killed herself. Is that coronavirus death too? Is everything a coronavirus death? Right? I mean, come on. Right? So what's up? Follow the money, right? So there you go. Event 201. I got to look more into that. I don't know the exact definition of what you're talking about with Event 201. But it sounds like a conspiracy theory of some sort. And I will look into that. I'll take a look at it. I mean, I don't believe that these things happen on purpose. I think they're opportunists that wait. It's like a down stock market. Nobody could sink the market because there's too many players and too many conflicting inputs into a stock market. But every once in a while, everybody gets the same idea and it goes down or it goes up. Right? And that's kind of what I think this pandemic is. So I'm going to move on. There's nothing really more to talk about here. So Marcus Conte reporting. We just did, if you're joining us late, we just did a loop around Harlem Hospital, a city hospital in New York City, a very large city hospital, right dab smack in the middle of Harlem, right? Allegedly, black communities getting hit harder than white people. There's no evidence of any of that, right? There's no evidence that the story doesn't... Where's the mainstream media? Where's fucking CNN's truck? Where's Fox News? Where's the New York Post reporters? Where are they? There's nothing to report. That's why they're not here. Right. So, Marcus Conte reporting. On to the next location.